Hey guys, welcome to a game called Scythe. Scythe is a game that was released back on September 5th on Steam. Scythe is a strategy game that is an official adaptation of the award-winning board game. Now, this is a sponsored video, so I do want to thank Asymmetry Digital for sponsoring the video, and I also want to let you guys know that you can find a link to the game in the video description. And then in the comments below, let me know if you guys checked it out via the link, or if you've already checked it out, or if you've even played it yourself. Now, like I said, this is a strategy game, which is pretty exciting because whenever I play strategy games, I get really into them. And Scythe is really interesting because each player begins with different resources and starting zones in an interesting asymmetrical type of play, which is kind of different, but you'll see why it's really cool. So it is a strategy game, and that means that you have complete control over your fate, and you can maybe do really poorly, or you can plan ahead to work towards victory. I know when I play strategy games, I get really into them, and it makes me cherish every single move and really think through. But the cool thing about this game is that it keeps you on your toes, because there is a it's like basically engaged play, where there is a streamlined action selection mechanic, which is intended to keep the game moving at a good rate. And so that kind of keeps you on your toes, and it's really cool. Now, I am pretty excited to play this game myself, as I've not really played a strategy game like this with like board game elements in a very long time. But I can tell you this much: I love this style of gameplay, and I'm sure that I'm going to heavily enjoy this, and I can see sinking a lot of time into this game because it's one of those types of games that like really draws you in. Alright, so this game has a lot to it, but once you get into it, it's really addicting. Now, like I said, there's a lot to this game, so hold tight. I'm going to try to walk you through everything as best as I can. And I might not be able to remember everything, I hope I do, but I think I should be able to convey the gist of the game and how it works to you guys so that you have a better understanding of what the game is like. So in the game there are different factions, and each faction has different abilities. There is this, which is I think Polania, there is the Nords, there's the Rusviets, there is Crimea, Saxony, and I think, yeah, that's it. Then not only that, there are actual specific types of like play styles that you can play, and you can do random, or you can choose which type you want to be. And basically each one of these has different, different makeups and what they are. And each faction also has different abilities, and so it's kind of important to like find out what you're good at or what you want. Like each mech, I think, has different abilities for each thing, and so you have to play the game to get an understanding of like what to do. We're just gonna roll random though, so whatever comes out, we're gonna play. So there's a couple other things too. So I am Polania. I have a faction ability, which is Meander, where you can pick up 2 options per encounter card. We'll talk about what encounters are a little bit later. We also have objectives. We have things that we're going to do in game, and you can earn stars for doing these things. You earn a star for doing an objective, and the other one cancels out. And you basically, the game ends when any player earns 6 stars. But you need to calculate like the total worth of your economy to make sure that it's higher than your opponents when you gather all this stuff. So we are patriotic, so we start with more money and popularity. These are combat cards. We'll talk about all this stuff as we go on, and hopefully I can actually talk about all of them. But there's a lot to this game, and I have a good gist of it. It's just a matter of like remembering what it is, remembering to do the action for what it is essentially. So the objectives are: become a beloved pacifist, have a 0 power, at least 13 popularity, and at least 5 workers. Well, you need power to win battles, and so I guess if you want to try to achieve all of your victory stars and have a high economy without ever battling, you could go this route. Or you can have a population advantage where you can control at least 3 village territories at the end of your turn. This is a little bit easier to probably do, so I think I'm gonna go with this instead for like the objective that I want to try to complete. So let's go ahead and let's get into this, and you can see the map here. This is Eastern Europa, I think, and so the board it's actually pretty cool. I like the look of the game, the graphics of the game. It's actually really fun. So this is gonna take a little bit of time here. to explain, and I actually probably have like a time limit to keep things going, or I might be able to just kind of wait here at the beginning until we get going. But this is the board, and each of these little hexagons are a territory, and on the board there are different types of territories, different terrain types essentially. There's farms, forests, mountains, tundras, village, lake, and factory. You can do anything on lake. Factory counts as like 3. It counts as 3 fields in the final scoring, and so it's kind of important to control a territory, control the factory territory. And the factory, when you go into it for the first time, you actually get special cards that will help you do things in game. And so these territories, in order to control them, you have to have at least 1 unit there, or a structure there with no enemies on it, obviously. And so you have a home base, which doesn't really function as anything other than a starting point in a retreating center. And so if you lose combat, you'll retreat back here. Resources can be gained by controlling specific territories, and you can control as many territories as you want. For example, if you have a farm, farms produce bread or food, and mountains produce metal, the tundras produce oil, etc. And you can also trade for resources down here, but that costs coins. And so you have coins, so you can do different things with the different materials. You can trade them in, like you can get 2 power for paying coins. You need 4 metals to produce a mech, but you can actually upgrade. You can use the upgrade in the game to essentially allow you to increase the efficiency of your territories. And you use oil to upgrade. It's right here. And then once you upgrade, you can like choose what you want to upgrade. You can upgrade an action here. I think so. You can either unlock additional production gains on the top, or you can decrease the cost of building on the bottom, like building mechs, for example. So as I said, there's a lot that goes into this game, and I'm trying to explain it as best as I can before we actually do anything. So that way you guys have kind of an understanding. And the combat in the game is pretty cool too. So if you have a unit, like it basically occurs at the end of the move phase, so you have the ability to move here, which we'll talk about here in a second. You can move different workers around and things like that. And at the end of the move phase, if you move into an area where another enemy is, like an enemy controlled territory, each side basically has to kind of in secret dictate how much power they're going to be able to pull together to attack, and whoever has the less amount of power loses, and then you retreat back to your base. The winner gets a star unless they've already achieved 2 stars, which we'll talk about here in a second. The stars, and there's, like I said, there's a lot that goes into the game. If you can't tell, I'm actually excited about this game because I find these strategy games that are very in-depth pretty interesting, and we've gone like 5 minutes just talking about the basics of the game, but there's a lot to it, and you have to talk about it in order to kind of play the game. Then there are special areas such as the factory, as I stated, and then you also see like these right here are encounter areas, and these encounter areas have specific things like kind of going on, and you can hover over things and they'll tell you what's going on there, what they are, and like they have different choices, and you can get different rewards as a result of getting different things. So what we want to do is we want to get 6 stars. The game ends when any player earns 6 stars, and you earn 1 star for accomplishing either 6 upgrades, building 4 mechs, building 4 structures, having 4 recruits, so not 4 recruits, recruiting 4 different things at different times. And so down here we have these recruit things where we can recruit power. Whenever you or a player to your immediate left or right take this bottom row action, if it hovers over again, gotta just let it sit there for a second, you gain power. So this one is you recruit coin, and then this one's popularity, this one's a combat card. Combat cards are used in combat, obviously. Have 8 workers, 1 completed objective, 2 combat victories, 18 popularity, or 16 power. So like I said, you can spend coins to gain power. So there's a lot that goes into it, but this is basically what we're trying to do here. Achieving all stars doesn't automatically grant victory. That's where I was saying you have to actually have a better economy than your opponent. Now I'm playing against an easy bot, and I've only played 1 previous match and the tutorial, so we'll see how well I do. I think my issues, I got a good gist of everything. The issue is going to be remembering to do things. And here are my objectives, like I said right here. And so we'll control at least 3 territories at the end of your turn. We have our character here. So there's 3 different types of characters in game. There's a character, there's a walker, a mech, and then there's a worker. And so each thing does different things. So for example, they have different functions. Workers can build structures, deploy mechs, and produce resources. Mechs can transport workers. Workers cannot attack. And so like the Pollyanna character and the mech can both attack and engage. And so, all right, 7.5 minutes. This video is going to be long, I think, but it's going to be worth it because you guys are going to see how cool this is. So let's get into it. Okay, so I actually started a new game because I realized that I wanted to change one thing, and so I changed it to make things hopefully a little bit easier here to kind of explain. Okay, so Pollyanna, the problem, Polania, the problem with this area is that it's kind of sectioned off via these rivers here, and you can see, I mean, they kind of have the same thing. Actually, this is that Togawa one. They kind of all have the same thing. They got a mine though, and they have a tundra and a mine, which is going to allow them, a mountain that's going to allow them to get things up and running pretty quickly. And I have food, forest, and so I have different things now. Control at least 3 forest territories at the end of your turn. Control at least 5 territories surrounding the same lake at the end of your turn. So it's a little different. This is a lake. So how am I expected to move them there? I think what we can do is we can enlist pretty much right away, which enlisting really helps. And since we know what they're going to do, they're probably going to do a lot of upgrading and stuff. We can try to gain power. So, okay, this is kind of hard to explain. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlist recruits. So let's produce bread. So let's do, okay, a couple things. We can get 2, I think we can get 2, yeah, any 2 resources for paying coin here. Or we can do this and produce on 2 territories. So I need 3. So let's just buy this right away, because I think I can buy 2. There we go. So what? Oh yeah, I can buy 2. I was thinking I had another one. So let me go ahead and end this turn. They're probably gonna get worker there because they're on a village too. They have a village too. They're like set up and good to go. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna produce, and we'll produce here, wood here, and bread there, and then let's enlist. And then enlisting like allows us to gain one of these special things here. So let's pay our enlist price, and then since they're probably gonna do a lot of upgrading, we need to get 16 powers, one of our objectives. Let's do this power, because this power, basically when you enlist, you activate an ongoing bonus for any bottom row action. You'll gain it whenever you or the player on the other side of you takes that action. Okay, so anytime they take an action, we're going to gain power. And so let's do the one-time bonus of power as well, and we're just going to crank this up. And the more power we have when we have combats, the better it's going to be. So let's go ahead and end our turn. And let's see what they do here. They're getting workers like crazy, man. Workers like crazy. So let's move this guy. Yeah, confirm. Let's move unit here. Oh, no, sorry. Move him here first, and then move him here. So now that we're here, we're gonna be able to do. We can produce another worker. So let's see. They're gonna probably move. Yeah, moving down to tundra, and they're gonna start doing their resource gathering. So you can kind of predict maybe what they're gonna do based on, like, you know, where they're at on the map. So let's we're gonna produce. We're gonna gain workers. So you can literally produce a worker, and we're gonna produce some more food. And I can't do anything right now, so let's just gonna go ahead and enter it. And the reason why is because I want to get a mech up and running as soon as I can to carry workers over to this area, so that I can do so I can get more and then move them over here, so I can basically get more so I can get more mechs and stuff. So let's just do this right now. 2 metal, And let's just end our turn. I made a mistake. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me in the butt. So, guys, we're getting power as they're doing this. Okay, they're going to upgrade. Yep, we're getting power. What do they upgrade? 6 and 5. Oh, that doesn't show me anything. What do they upgrade? Are they upgrading their mechs? They're upgrading their mechs, probably. Okay, so let me... Shoot. See, this is a problem. I should have left them there. That's really gonna hamper my abilities. Oh, we could recruit and recruit for coin too. All right, we got this. I got this. They're producing some power, and here comes a mech. There's their mech. Things are gonna get interesting. What did they just do there? Traded something in. We're playing a bot, so the chances are we're probably gonna lose this. Now I did play the tutorial, and I played one other match, so I do kind of have an idea of what I needed to do. Okay, let's get 2 more. Okay, paying some coin, and then we'll be able to get this. Now, obviously we can't do this yet, or we could build something on a base, but you want to kind of get to the point where you can do both at one time. You want to work towards that. So they're trading for some resources, and they're getting some bread. Okay, my turn. So, what is this? Oh, each worker on this sector is 1 token. This is the cell for producing. Interesting. Oh, did it? How do I discover the encounter? I have to move a character there, I think. So this is the thing. I'm trying to remember everything. So I can pay coin to gain power, and do the mech thing. Deploy mech. Let's do it. And then let's get a mech. Place it on a hex with your worker. Your character and mechs will gain the uncover ability. Alright, so we got Riverwalk. Move across rivers to villages or mountains. Submerge. Move to from lakes and move from... This is the type of abilities that are special to the faction. In combat, do not lose popularity when forcing an opponent's worker to retreat. Gain 1 hex... Oh, that's kind of interesting. Gain 1 hex per movement. Ooh. Let's do this. And let's place some here. And I gain some moolah from that. Alright, end my turn. Man, they are getting so much freaking oil. It's crazy. They're getting combat cards. We're going to lose, guys. Something's going to happen. Oh, they're enlisted. Yeah, this is not going to go well for me, I don't think. They're going to be able to... They're going to, like, score up on us pretty quick, I think. Shore up the shore woodland advantage. Control at least 3 forest territories by the end of your turn. Ooh, I could grab these really easily, probably. Okay. Alright, so in order to move my worker, you know what? Let's produce, and let's produce 2 more workers and another bread, and then let's enlist and pay our bread. I always forget to do that, and then we'll do the coin. And we'll gain a one-time thing of 18 popularity. We'll just do coin. That's a lot of popularity. Okay, there they go, upgrading again, man. Lowering the cost of food. Jeez Louise. So 10. Okay, so now let's click our mech. Actually, I can't move them right now. Shoot. Produce costs popularity and power? Oh, jeez. Build action? Oh, man. They're whittling away at my popularity over here. Produce? Dang, dude. So when I produce... Oh, jeez. Okay. So... This is where you need to really think ahead of what you're gonna do, because I'm having a hard time just starting up, getting going. Okay, I think I'm gonna do a trade, and I'm gonna produce 2 oil to do an upgrade, And then I can't do that this turn, so I need to end my turn. Because I'm going to move and do an upgrade in the next turn. I think that's going to be efficient. Now they're gaining popularity. So you can see this game could take a long, like a rather long time just to do one match. And I'm most likely going to lose because they are stacked and I'm playing against an AI. And if I was playing against a person who's probably playing this game for a lot longer than me, I think I'd be pretty screwed. Alright, so I can load these guys up. Let's load up. How can I can't remember how I load up. Just, okay, there we go. I'm gonna load up 2. You know what, let's just load up 3 because no, we'll load up all 4 because I gotta pay a ton of money to produce here, which is insane. And then let's move him here. They're gonna unload there. Although we still gotta pay a lot to produce, which sucks. And then oh yeah, I can move them. There we go. Okay. Any bottom row action with that. So let's upgrade. Let's pay our oil. And then what do we want to do? We probably want to make the cost to enlist lower first. So that we can kind of get some of these things. Because they're wrecking us on some of these things over here. Yeah. Enlist. There we go. And enter. Alright. They're trading resources for bread. Man, they are just really amping that up. Yes, I'm gonna sacrifice and skip my top row. Pay my food, and then let's get this. We're gonna get the popularity because we need it badly. And I think we'll end because that's all I can do. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. This game is a lot to do here. Oh, they upgraded this to gain popularity. Oh, you crafty devils. You crafty devils. But I need to produce, man. Okay. So, let's see. We could do a trade. And we could do a trade to get oil. We do have oil here, but we got to produce, obviously, in order to get that up and running. Which I can't do anyway. So, let's see. Oh, I do have... Ooh. I could also move. Oh, okay. I could move down to the factory and claim the card. I could also get another forest slot. Where's the next one? Over here. So I have to move the... I kind of want to load up 2... Okay. See, this is why I should have thought ahead. We only need to move 1. So let's move this guy. We'll load up 1 in there. And we're gonna move him. Oh, I can jump across there. Very nice. So we're gonna move this here because of the tunnel. You see this tunnel? So it's connected, interconnected. So like for example, there's a tunnel over here, so I could go over there. What I think I'm gonna do is go here so I can drop him off in the woodland area. Because he can just hop out. So we're gonna hop him over to here. And then that's my 2, right? Yeah, so that's my 2. So let's end that. Because then on next turn, I'll be able to get this woodland advantage. And then we'll be good. What is this? This is building. What is this? They're freaking lowering everything, man. Getting coins galore. I only have a 9, though. They're amping up to fight me right now, guys. They're amping up to fight me. So I can't move right now because I just moved. So we could trade, or I could produce, actually. What do I want to produce? I wish I had another guy there. But one's going to this forest land anyway. produce on 3 territories. So we'll produce metal here. We'll produce oil here. And we're going to need wood for building. So we'll go ahead and do that. So much that goes in this game. I hope you guys can see this. Alright, so we're going to move. We're going to move this guy here. And then we're going to move... What do I want to do here? Because we had a farmland here. I don't know if I move my mech there, nothing's gonna happen. And if I leave this, it's gonna be uncontrolled, which is fine. I could always move the mech back. And I want to kind of move the character down here to the factory. So let's just move that there. And then we do have woodland advantage, so you have to complete and end the turn. Yeah. Forget you. Look at how many oil, look at how much oil they have. Just insane. They're producing... Wait, are they producing more oil? How can you even do that? It only has 2 slots down here. Recruit bonus. How many do they have? They got 9. Jeez. Combat victory. 2 stars. 8 workers. We need to produce more workers. Now, I've done this, so I could move them back now, which I think I might want to do. We also need to produce, so let's produce here, here, and we'll produce more wood. Okay, and I can't do anything this turn, so we're gonna end it. Okay, I might skip ahead, guys, so you can see like kind of the end of the game, because we've done a lot, but we're not that far along, and so this is gonna take a long time. So I'm gonna stop kind of recording step by step and wait until things have progressed a lot. All right, so I don't know if this is gonna really help me. So 3-2 here, but what I did was I put a mill. So I made a mill, and I put it on the worker area, because a mill essentially allows you, whenever you use the produce action, the mill can produce 1 resource as if it were 1 worker. And if there are actual workers on the same territory as the mill, they might produce, they are also allowed to produce resources. And so I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm hoping it like doubles up my production of workers, because I'm going to try to amp that up. So if you can see here, they have moved, and they are on the move. They are really, they're really starting to gain some traction here, and we might have a problem here. We're about to find out, but I'm gonna hopefully be able to beat them in a couple of different regards, because currently I think they're ahead of me now. No, yeah, they're way ahead of me. Actually, they were ahead of me before. I was reading it wrong, and so they're significantly ahead of me. So if they get 6 stars first, it's GG. So that actually did work. It produced 2 workers, so it counted as 1. So I need to get... I got 2 mechs already. I'm gonna work on getting another mech and upgrades. Oh, I can produce a ton. I'm gonna build again too. I think we're gonna try to build. Oh, they're moving, man. They moved into my territory. Oh, snap. Okay, here we go. So I'm defending, and I have 7 cards. They have 9. So you have to like pay essentially your combat power here. So I don't know if I can. 7. They're probably gonna beat me. To 8. They didn't pay anything? Oh, jeez, never mind. They just wrecked me. Holy smokes. Yeah, get a combat card. Shoot. They just destroyed me. Now they have 4 stars. Maybe I should have played like 5 matches of this before I recorded, because obviously you can see I'm getting my butt handed to me, but it is a bot though. But I think a play would have been even worse. Alright, so I just got my 4 star, got the power, and I'm going to make another mech as well. And we've got 2 already, so this is going to be a third one. In combat, do not lose popularity when forcing an opponent's workers to retreat. Move 2 from lakes and move from any lake to another. We'll just do this, I guess. And we're going to plop them there. End our turn. Oh, man. 5. Was this one of their secret ones? That might have been one of their secret ones. I think is what they just did. Shoot, they're so close to just wrecking my face. 104. Oh, jeez Louise. What is this? Trade. What is this one? Popularity score. Man, I'm just getting smoked over here. Number of coins in hand. Structure bonus. Value of every star you've earned. Value of every hex you control. Jeez, man, I just got destroyed. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move you here. Wait. Oh shoot! I think I had to move the actual character there. That might have been an issue. I might have just messed up again. Well, that sucks. We're gonna move this mech. Move him here too, just to have some support. Okay, they're bolstering their power. They're gonna come fight me now. Deploying. Man, I am just getting smoked over here. I need to play this game a lot more if I intend on doing better. There's so many things you have to consider and think ahead about. I mean, like, they're going for the popularity. Oh no! They're going for the popularity points. So I think I need to have the character there. Produce on 3 territories. So we're going to produce metal, produce oil, and produce wood. And then I can't do anything this turn. This is the problem. I gotta sync things up better. They can, yeah. I don't have any other actual slots I can produce on. Shoot, man. Okay, are they gonna get their 3 popularity here? Oh man, they're bolstering up here. We're going all in, guys. We're going all in as best as I can. 11. They're gonna destroy me. Oh, was it gonna be a tie? It was almost gonna be a tie. Oh, they won. That's it. GG. So many things that go in this game, but they're so. It makes me want to play again just to try to do at least a little better than what I just did. Because it was so bad. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this though, and I hope you can see how fun this game could be, especially if you play against players. It would be very hard, I think, especially for me, because I have a hard time thinking ahead. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. A little bit longer of a video, but I think it's worth it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to check it out on Steam. I'll see you guys next time.